Hi, hello everyone, and might I introduce Snake Oil? Now, Snake Oil is a nice card game similar to plenty of other judge-based card games where one player is a judge for a round and it moves on through the other players. But here's the catch. The premise is you're not matching cards or finding whatever's the funniest, like things like Bubble Talk or, let's say, a certain other game. Here in particular, you throw in a little bit of improv. As the term with Snake Oil, you are all salesmen, and mostly for dodgy products, and one of you, the judge, is the customer for that round. Now the way the game is set up is you have your players, each of them draws 6 cards, these are already set up, and then the one judge puts their 6 cards to the side and picks up one of the roll cards. After picking up a roll card, the customer gets to decide which roll they would rather take on either side of the card. Because here on the front we have newlywed, isn't that sweet? But let's say dictator. Yeah, there we go. Now continuing on to represent the game, I'll have Editing Zach to help me here. Editing Zach?
Oh, I'm actually in the oh, hey, wow, I don't get many opportunities to be in these videos.
Yeah, anyway, now that we have our custom role, which is being played by Editor Zach, we have the other 3 decks. From your deck of 6 cards, there's a word on each individual card. Out of these word cards, you're going to pick 2 to be your item. The remaining 4 stay in your hand. Now let's see what those 2 word cards are. Ooh, well, taking these as your prompt or what you've decided to make your product, this is the name and you have to stick to it. You can't say, oh, this is a cover name and you can move on to a separate item. No, you're giving a pitch, which is at least 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, the customer can cut you off at any time. So for things like ball pain, well, Editing Zach here is dictator, so sometimes you need to squeeze information out of your prisoners. And what better product than one called ball pain? I won't elaborate on what it actually is, due to this being a video. Then have virus sand. Now that can be any kind of mix of, oh, it's a virus that turns people into sand, or it's a virus that hides within sand, so all those beachfronts and houses and grains and windstorms. Really nasty stuff. And then danger hell. How are you selling a danger hell? I don't know. But you could go on whatever. You can even get supernatural. There's no real limit to trying to stick to reality with this, especially when you see some of the roll cards. After going through everyone's at least 30-second pitches, the customer then decides what product they've bought. So Editing Zach, which product did you buy?
I don't know, there's just something really enticing about danger hell. I mean, come on, it's in the ominous nature. You don't really know what you're getting. But it can't be good. It's 2 really bad things put next to each other.
Okay. I see how it is. Not for ball pain, are you? So then we'll just move the dictator card over to the player who had the winning product. And after that, it goes by for a round for every player to be the customer at least once, and by the end of the game, whoever has the most wins. Now we move on to some of the house ruling.
Wait, we're actually going through with the house rule section? We didn't have anything prepped for the house rule section.
Now in the house rules for Snake Oil, it's less an actual rule itself. Well, there is one rule, but it's more leaning into the improv side of it, or the possibility for improv. As in, it's not just the customer who has a chance to improv and try and think of the role they're playing as, but to kind of make a character around it, and for all of the current salesmen to be characters as well. On top of that, there's also the call in or call out. So the 30-second restriction on where the customer can then cut the buyer out is not implied. All the sellers still have their 30 seconds to get their initial pitch in. But the 30-second restriction is only stopping the other sellers from butting in on their own pitch. You are allowed to tear products to shreds. Go for it, call them out, say the customer doesn't need it, talk to them, make up a backstory on the fly. We had one where it was a bunch of weird gangsters giving different gadgets and tips to one of their members. And then 2 of them were brothers, or 3 of them were brothers, and then a cousin? I can't remember. It gets real crazy, real fast. Such as,
alright, chump.
Wait, what's this?
What role are you?
oh, your prom date.
Well, at least you got one here in this game.
That's just rude. That's just rude.
Now, what to help a broken face like yours? But a fashion mask. Well, oh come on, you know why you need it. What, with that gawker of yours? It was an accident that they asked you out.
No, it's not your face, my friend, no. What the real issue is, and I can tell you from experience, is when you get all nervous under various layers. Well, you're going to need some odor tape, my friend. An adhesive deodorant patch that you stick onto your nasty bits.
What, is the second guy saying I smell now?
come on, are we really going to try and sell to him with just insults?
Wait, and who are you supposed to be?
I'm you, duh.
That makes sense.
Now, if you remember and listen to yourself, you're not you right now. You're you back then. You and I both know you'd need a vomit towel.
You know, I don't know what I expected. Well, no, I know what I expected. I expected something nice, not another insult.
He won't need no stinking vomit towel if he has the fashion mask.
What do you mean? He got the date! It says prom date! And no, it's not an accident. If it's gotten to this step...
Oh, but what comes down to after, you're close, you're moving, when it comes to a mix of nerves, the actual fact of the date, the fashion mask protects and covers all of those horrendous things that your face does. Well, yes, that includes the obvious of existing. It also covers vomit. There's inlaid pouches in it. Ugly, nerves, vomit, puke, fat mask that holds in vomit. You know what this all sounds like? Sounds like a stink.
Mask covers it. At least I'm giving him some actual utility items for a thing that's gonna come up.
Think of it like a wax tape, but then you just strap off the smell.
You compared it to a waxing. Smell patches? Really? How are you gonna quickly apply it? You're gonna be red all over that night.
Come on, you're a nervous high schooler who actually landed a prom date, and for you, man, the nerves must be running high. And no, you're not gonna need the vomit towel, as a fashion mask will keep it all under control. You'll have nothing to worry about. Think about it though, Think about it though. I don't have to think much. Lift up your pit and sniff it. I know you're not doing it, but you can. Do it right now. Right now. When things get moving and shaking real fast and you're all in this tight get up and suit, you get stinky.
We get the smell.
You get stinky. So who you picking? Don't you know which one you're picking?
Come on. You know which one you're taking.
He was right. I know I need the vomit towel.
Yes! Thank you all for watching this video and checking out this little look over snake oil. And like the channel says, it's tabletop RPGs, board games, video games, and more. Just a fun little game. I'm not sponsored or anything. Gah. Just a fun little board game that I enjoy. Card game, I guess. Fun, goofy, throw in the regular D&D group into a game where you can improv everything and all the different characters. There were storylines set up in between different customers and separate companies and corporations that sold dodgy products. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it. Me making this video in itself is a recommendation, isn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. No, you can't go out there. No. Oh, but don't you know? That's so stupid. Oh, but don't you know?